Hey guys, I'm Shawn Cheek of WebPianoTeacher.com. How you doing? Today we're going to learn how to play in a jazz improv style. Okay, so this is not as hard as many of you might think, and it's very fun, but you have to go in at it a completely different way from learning particular songs, okay? So we're going to get into that today. So I just have one sheet here on the board we're going to look at in a second, and I'm going to give you the building blocks to improv. So you must understand when someone's improvising, okay, 90% or more of what they're doing, they've already done before. They're not coming up with new things on the spot. They're drawing from what they've already done from all their musical experiences, and maybe they're reshuffling what they've done, but they've done it before, okay? So there's no real sitting down and doing something completely different because it's all been done, okay? So what I'm going to do is give you some building blocks to start improvising. So as we look at the board here, whoops, we're going to start here with our, I call it the Lego base. You can see a little, if you ever did Legos, this will make sense to you. You get a big base, you know, and then you build something on top of it. And if you ever have all your old Lego pieces, you can just make up stuff. That was my always favorite thing to do, was to make up my own buildings and inventions on top of the base. But this base, B-A-S-E, is going to be your left hand, okay? Now, the simplest chord progression in the world is just, you know, maybe two chords. I guess one chord you could have. So I'm going to lay down a nice jazzy bass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, so we have a C major 7 and an F major 7. That's going to be our bass. Now, there are different bass, Lego basses that you can have, and we'll maybe get into that and show you some others, but this is the easiest one, I think, to start with, okay? It's a C major 7. I don't have the E in there, but that's okay. And then the F major 7, F, C, E. Okay, so as you do this, we're going to play, and in the space after you play that left hand, I'm going to show you some right hand licks, which are the Lego bricks that you're putting on the bass, okay? And there are lots of different ones, all right? And so I'm going to show you some of them, and the wonderful thing about them is they'll work. Anywhere you want to put them, they're going to sound pretty good, okay? All right, so, but the first thing you need to do is get this bass down, B-A-S-E, and you just need to play that progression over and over. Now, if you just sat down at the piano and you just played this left hand, you could actually go for quite a while with just that. Imagine this. It's just, I'm just going to play a little bit for you. So here I go. And so see what I'm doing? I'm not adding any new notes. I'm playing what I'm already on. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2. And I can also stretch it out, okay? So this is the wonderful thing about improv. You're not playing with someone else. You can take time. You can go. There's no really time there. I just kind of, when I was ready to go to the next one, that's when I went. I didn't have to count. And when I finished my right hand lick, I went on. And so I just call that being expressive. I call that tempo rubato, where I just take as much time as I want. So I'm not having to land on count 1 on time. Like when you learn a song, okay? When you learn a song, you have to stay on a strict beat. But this is different. You have all the freedom in the world just to float through space and just, you know, put these stars wherever you want to put them in the right hand. Okay, so think of it that way. All right, so just sit down and play this left hand and count to 4 really slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And you say, well, how do I know which note to play again? It doesn't matter. Play whichever one you want to play again. Okay, it's like whack-a-mole. Hit whatever one you want to do. I just rolled it there, and that time I rolled it backwards. So whatever you want to do. Bum, you know, like Bob Ross when he says, just put a little something here if you want to do that. Just, that's the same idea. Slow it down. I mean, I could do that for a couple of minutes and people would be soothed by that. Just the left hand. Okay? You know, talking a real soothing voice. Everyone relax. 1, 2. Okay, now I'm playing it for quite a while because if I don't demonstrate it, you're not going to do it. Now, the reason I'm playing it over and over again is because you need to get that in your back pocket where that's an automatic. Okay, you know, if you're trying to learn a skill and there's several different pieces to that skill, you need one of them to be automatic so you can concentrate on another part of it. Okay, all right, so you want this left hand to be so automatic that you can just talk while you're playing it. And you can even do that. Talk to yourself. Okay? Set a mood. Set a mood by doing this. A lot of it is how you play. And those chords are just captivating by themselves. Okay? All right, so spend a lot of time on your Lego bass. Okay? Spend a lot of time on just that chord progression. Just sit down and play. And don't even look at my sheet. Just memorize it. And time. Let time go. When you play, let that time elapse. Okay? I'm not bored. I hope you're not. Because this is just beautiful by itself. Now, here's where we put our stars. We put our stars in the sky here. So I'm going to call these 2-note roll-ups. I just name, some names that you'd remember it, all right? So the reason I wrote the bass this way is so that you play and then you have time to cast the stars when you have to do that. So we're going to go. Okay? So the 2-note roll-ups, I wrote 1, 2, 3, 3 of them. They're not the only ones, but they'll take you a long way. The wonderful thing about them is this one will work here or here. This one will work also here, here. They'll all work. All 3 of them will work with either one of these chords, okay? So this is how you do it. I have a rest because 1, 2, and if you take traditional music notes, music lessons, you know that that's a quarter rest. 1, 2, and now on the roll up, I have E G, but I have a roll up which is going to do da-da-dum. So it's D, D sharp, E, and I just notate that by a little hook next to the E. D, D sharp, E. Put your fingers really tight, okay, and go D, D sharp, E, and then go to G with your 5th finger. 1. Hear that? 1. And I play in the space. See, 1. So I'm sticking with the bass, but I'm adding these wherever I want to put them. Okay? Now I go to the next chord in the bass. Which one do I do? You pick. Which one do you want to do next? You want to do this one again? Do it. It works. You want to do this one? That works. And this one will feel the same way in your hand. So the way the D, D sharp, E, and you got to just finesse that, brum, like you're rolling your fingers on the desk. A real light touch. Take your time. Hear the space in there? Don't rush to the next chord. Give it time to marinate, and then I'm going to skip to this one. Now that one sounds maybe a little bit different, but it works. And I want to, from the get-go, give you the option of adding a note here or there. From the very beginning, you want to play an extra note on these 2-note roll-ups? Go ahead, because that's the point of it, is to give you something that you know, and then things that come out of your mind. Say, I want to do that. Spring from all the stuff that you know. Okay, so you're not having to find something great and new. You start with what you already have. And that's what these 3 2-note roll-ups are for, is that if I want to play the G more, I can go. If I go back to the A, I can do that. See, and I can do that forever. So the B, D is the same way. 1, 2, 3, A sharp, B. I roll up on the B. But the thing is, it feels the same in your hand. All three of them feel the same. Whether you do it here, whether you do it here, whether you do it here. I can also change the octave. I can go. Or I can do this one, then this octave. So change the octave. It doesn't matter. And sometimes a repeated note. So if I did that. Look what I did on that. That one I went. I drug out the little roll up. You can do that. Okay, I'm gonna play for just a little bit. Okay, so I'm playing my bass, and I'm doing 1, 2, 3. These top ones here. So just sit down and play, and don't rush. You say, what are you doing? What are you adding? I just picked a note to add. In this style, you can pick any note and it'll just... So now I'm going to go and then play an extra note on octave higher. A, C, C. And you say, if you say, oh, I can't get there in time, well, then take more time because there's no, you can stretch it out, right? And I wait. Now, I may be waiting because I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, but the audience doesn't know that. They just feel the music as I'm playing, okay? So take what we have here, and you can add and grow off of that in any way that you want to, okay? Whether it's adding one note, whether it's doing, you could do it twice. I forgot to show you that one. Well, there's a zillion of variations. So I could go, what am I doing? I'm playing the 2-note roll up and doing the roll up again at the end. See? What I do there? Did it, and then I did a D, D. And I just I'm doing sound effects. All right, all that stuff is later, but that's your 2-note roll-up. So you can spend time playing your bass first. Okay, take your time. Don't rush. I keep saying that because you will rush if you're not careful. Just over and over, okay? Got this bass going. And then 2-note roll-ups. Let's go really high. Now that time, I played the roll-up on the beat. I didn't play the chord first time I went. Or you can do that. Okay? So these are just seeds that you can plant and see what would come out of them. And you're going to basically do the 2-note roll-up, but you can add a note here and there beyond. And pretty much any note on the C scale will work for you, okay? And that's why I've written it in this way. So the second thing is going to be the 3-note roll-ups. But let's do another video for that. I think we've gone quite enough on this lesson 1. I'll see you in the next one.